Twitch-AfrofishOG. Hello everyone, it's Taylor here from AfrofishOG. Hope you all are doing absolutely fantastic today. It is Saturday, day off. Hope you guys are all resting up. I know over here in the States we had Thanksgiving, so people are probably still taking it a little bit easy. But here I have a special guest today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello. Hi, my name's Dina. I'm from the UK, but I'm living in Germany at the moment. And we kind of met just kind of through podcasting anyway. I think you followed our channel, Korotchenko Games. I do some stuff on the side. I do a really shitty YouTube gaming channel, but just like focusing on horror games and multiplayer games with my friends.
Oh, nice! I love horror games. Although I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Last horror game I played was Dead Space, and so funny. I don't know. I find it kind of funny story. So for some reason, with the way that my setup is, I can't actually hear anything. So I was playing Dead Space completely silent.
What?
I don't know why. It just doesn't let me hear anything when I play. So every time I play, it's just silence. So I was like, "Oh, this won't be too bad," and that was a huge mistake.
Yeah, there's loads of parts in that the way you can hear something coming,
and
you know that it's going to jump out. So I mean, that would be quite a funny playthrough to just.
It was definitely I won't do it again. I refuse. I refuse. But today we are here to talk about the Video Game Awards, which will be coming up on December 7th. Now, for those who don't know, the Video Game Awards are pretty much kind of like the Grammys of video games. Really big. A lot of people are going to be there, and every year it's always interesting. At least for me. I've watched it the last few years, and it's been a trip because most of the time at least with the game of the year, I don't agree with it. I think was it 2 years ago? It was The Last of Us, but I thought it should have been Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is amazing. For anyone who hasn't played it, please do.
Yeah, see, I didn't play that, but I did play The Last of Us.
Oh, really?
So I agree with The Last of Us being Game of the Year, but just because I didn't play any of the other games.
No, that's fair. And I know the year after that, it was the Elden Ring versus God of War, which was really fun. Although one of the games, I don't know if it was Game of the Year or not, but it was Stray. I don't know if you had a chance to play that. That was one of the games last year. That was.
It's a great little game, but not Game of the Year worthy.
No, I definitely thought it was interesting. I thought it was super interesting, but yeah, definitely not. As soon as I saw Elden Ring, I was like, oh no, this is gonna be it. And then God of War dropped, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe. But well, we'll get started right away here. And as you all will see, you probably noticed that I've done this before. I'm not gonna lie, a couple of my opinions might have changed a little bit. Kind of just giving myself a little bit more time since the last time I've done this. So this is actually through Variety. So they had all the systems up, or the nominees up, without having to go through. Because I went through the Video Game Awards thing, and you have to click every single box.
Yeah. I've got it open on another tab, and it's very
it's not fun.
Intimidating.
No, yeah, it's I'm like, why would you do that? Well, I know why, but please don't. But yeah, the biggest one here is Game of the Year, which is interesting because I've only played a couple of these. So
I was really surprised to see Alan Wake 2 being nominated. It's just come out. It's such a niche game. The first game didn't really get much reception because it was just very different to everything. I'm not saying it's not great because it is fucking great. And they've done so well with the second one. I was just really happy to see it there. And then you've got Baldur's Gate 3, which is a CRPG, which never are that popular with just the general population. So seeing something like that there is also amazing.
Well, especially for how old Baldur's Gate actually is too. I mean, I think well, the first one came out in in the 90s, I think, like 97 or something.
I can't remember.
And then
I think it was when BioWare were good.
Yeah, way back when.
Yeah.
Well, and there's some of them I saw. Like I saw Marvel Spider-Man 2. I was not surprised that was going to be a contender.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4 is Resident Evil 4. Like I mean, it was fantastic back on the GameCube, and it's going to be fantastic.
It's still
now.
good now. Yeah.
But I think Tears of the Kingdom was the one that I think it's one of those, or it would be contention. If it would be down to two, it would be between Baldur's Gate and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I think Super Mario Wonder was just there to fill spots, but like I don't think it's bad. I haven't played it. I don't think it's gonna be a bad game at all. But like, there's just somewhere you look and you're like, yeah, I'm not winning.
Yeah.
But Tears of the Kingdom, especially to me, because of how, like, in terms of the community with Tears of the Kingdom, I thought was so amazing.
Yeah.
I would just call it like the Legend of Zelda almost Minecraft edition because of what everyone would do.
I'm trying to remember what awards Breath of the Wild won. Because I remember when that came out, and everyone fucking loved it. It was so good. It was just such a different spin on Legends of Zelda games, and
it did win Game of the Year.
It did. Okay.
It won Best Game Direction.
Yeah.
And Best Action Adventure. So
okay.
Yeah, that don't surprise me.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely Legend of Zelda and Baldur's Gate 3, I think, is going to be quite close between them of who wins.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it will. And, like I said, overall, I think Baldur's Gate will probably pull up on top. The reception around Baldur's Gate, I've just heard nothing negative about it. Like, I've been yearning to playing it, but I just, bills. So...
The only negative things I can really think of is because it is such a niche game with it using D&D mechanics. Not a lot of people know those mechanics, and it's quite hard to get into if you don't.
That's fair.
I've got a lot of friends who I've just been harping on about it, like play it. And then they play it and it's not their kind of game, and they just clock out after like a couple of hours, which is sad.
Yeah.
But I completely get why there are some people that won't like it.
I do too. The one thing, this is going to sound, I'm going to make me sound like a hater, but the one thing I am a little happy that didn't make it is Starfield.
Yeah.
I was not
I absolutely... I think I was like crying of laughter when I saw the nominations and that Starfield just wasn't on there at all.
No, I was actually kind of, it's gonna sound so mean, but I was actually kind of happy because of it. And I think it is, it's just...
It just shows them, don't make shit games.
You're right. No, exactly. And the thing that it's funny to me because, I mean, there's so many people that still go back to Skyrim.
Oh, yeah, I do.
I do the same thing.
I go back to Oblivion as well.
Oh, I love Oblivion. I honestly, this is my hot take, but Oblivion is better than Skyrim in my opinion.
Same, I agree.
But it blows my mind to me because Starfield. When I was excited when Starfield dropped, and then I played it, and I was like, this isn't that fun. And I put 15 hours into that. Like I didn't want to be one of those people who, pick it up for 20 minutes and be like, this is dumb. So, I wanted to
you give it a chance.
Yeah, and so I put 15 hours in, and I had only a couple friends like, well, just give it a little bit longer and it'll get good. And I'm like, when? Like, I was like 15 hours. That's like the equivalent of like having a friend be like, well, just get past the first couple seasons of this show and then it gets good. And I'm like, I'm not doing that.
As soon as people have to say, oh, just, stick with it, get past however many bits, and then it will get good. Like, it shouldn't have to be that way. It should just be good.
No, exactly.
From the start.
It's kind of like, that's how I felt with like Elden Ring, because just stick with it.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, like, I'm just not good with those kind of games. Like I'm not gonna lie, I am terrible with those kind of games. But moving on for
I
something. No, continue.
oh,
Sorry.
sorry, I was just gonna say I found it a bit easier than Dark Souls.
I think, like, for myself, I'm one of those people who just, I'm so good. I'm good with, like, fast paced, let my ADHD just do its thing kind of game that, like, when I have to slow down and I'm like, oh, I made a mistake. And I just kind of stand there and watch my character just get whooped. And I'm like, no, this is fine. Well, I made a joke one time saying, I'm like, the one thing I love about it is you can't blame the game when it comes to
Yeah.
like Elden Ring. You just know you screwed up.
Yeah, it's like, right, I'm shit. Great.
I've just learned to accept it and move on. But like things, speaking of with the Legend of Zelda, I see the best games direction is also have it on there as well, along with
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate. And this is just the same as the Game Awards actually,
Yeah.
except for Resident Evil. But
Best
you know,
adaptation.
I don't know about the game direction. I don't know, like, I mean, if you take that in a different way, I don't know. I think personally, I think this would also to me go to Tears of the Kingdom, because Breath of the Wild felt, at least to me, replaying it is a little bland.
Yeah, like there is such a big world, and there are so many cool things. Like, oh my god, look at that cool mountain! I'm gonna go climb it, and you can, but there isn't anything there.
No, you're just
There's
like, this is cool. Like,
yeah.
but
And I haven't actually played Tears of the Kingdom yet because I'm an idiot. But it is still in my to-do list, and I have been watching loads of videos on it. I don't know if it's the same thing of there isn't really much to do. Like if you do go climb a mountain or find this really cool place, is there anything to do? Is there any like achievement or
it's more or less just having fun. I think with the hand that you're given and like
yeah,
just building. Like in terms of that, I think it absolutely deserves it.
yeah, that building
Yeah,
mechanic.
the whole building mechanic. I mean, there's nothing made me laugh more than like, just concept of just having like Ganon be this big ultimate evil and then just seeing Link on this man-made B-52 bomber just flying in. There's no reason for
Yeah.
it. Like, but I thought, it would be, I don't know. I think I think I put it on my list of like what will win. I think it's just gonna go to Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Because
We'll see.
once they start, that's an interesting one. It could really be anyone. I don't know if you've watched any of these shows, these best adaptation ones.
I saw Castlevania. I still prefer the original one that they did on Netflix, but that one was still very good.
I've heard
Took
that's really good.
It took me a couple of episodes to get into it, but I think that was just me being like, no, I like the old characters, and just getting used to new ones.
No, that's fair. I'd say
The Last of Us show, I was kind of disappointed with. They didn't have very many episodes, so they kind of rushed through quite a lot of it, and missed loads of key things that happened in the games. But I did like how they had dedicated episodes to some of the backstories and some of the characters. That would have been fine if they had more episodes in the season. But the fact that they had like 8 or something, 8 episodes, I can't remember. But it was, yeah, there just wasn't enough time for them to really get into what happened in the games.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Like,
I haven't seen the Super Mario Bros. Movie or
it's awesome.
Twisted Metal. Is it actually good?
Yes, I had a lot of fun with it. I actually, I went to it when it came out. It was on like a Wednesday, which to me makes you think they don't have much faith in it. If a movie drops on a Wednesday, they're like, just do its best. And honestly, yeah, it's a little cookie cutter, but I wasn't expecting this big global thing from a Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Honestly, I just had a good time with it. Seeing all the references made me smile. Um,
it wasn't too cheesy and
no, surprisingly
no.
not.
Okay, good.
No, it was actually it was pretty heartfelt. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty heartfelt. I'm happy with it, and even the voice actors like Chris Pratt playing Mario, I was actually totally fine with.
I think
it's
what put me
weird.
off is all the memes about Chris
Like,
Pratt.
the Chris Pratt memes can't get any better. But I think what made it even just good, like I said, was all of the way that they did the characters were really well done. They felt true to it. Charlie Day is Luigi, and I can't think of anybody else to be Luigi. Like, just watch.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I'm like, nah, that makes sense. Like, but Jack Black is great as Bowser. I mean,
yeah,
Jack Black is great in pretty much everything he's in.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just good. I would recommend it. I haven't seen Twisted Metal yet. I want to.
Yeah.
But I'm also not gonna go get Peacock just to go watch a show. I've never been that way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Throw it on Netflix, stop being a bum. I don't even know what's even on Peacock.
I haven't even heard of Peacock.
Yeah, it's like, I think it was like, what is it? Like NBC or something made their own one. I don't even know what's on there. I actually have to go and look, and I might have made a podcast just shitting on it. But like things like best narrative, I don't. Oh, that's actually really tough.
Huh? Yeah.
No, I start looking at it more. I'm like, oh.
Final Fantasy managed to make it into one of these nominations.
Yeah, which I'm happy with.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy 16 was really fun. Honestly, I've had a lot of fun with it. I still got to finish it. I took a break because I think I started playing Hogwarts Legacy.
I honestly haven't played a Final Fantasy after 12.
Okay.
I've played all of them before, but nothing after 12.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've
been really shit on that part.
No, like the first one I played was 13.
Oh, like, okay.
I mean,
so you came into it quite late.
Yeah, I mean Kingdom Hearts if you want to count that, but like,
oh, I fucking love Kingdom Hearts.
I do too. Whenever the fourth one comes out, by the time I'm 55, like, yeah. But it was I liked Final Fantasy 16. The story was cool. It's just super cinematic. Like, it's super appealing to the eyes.
Yeah.
I'm just watching the main character Clive, watching him fight and stuff, and you're just like, this is just cool. Like, I thought it was a good time. I'd highly recommend it. One thing they did, I think more games should do this. So they brought in a demo for the game, right?
Yeah.
And it takes you through the prologue and all that stuff, which was great. But what happens is, so when you actually got the game, you could transfer all your stuff from the prologue, from the demo, onto the main game. And I was like,
you don't have to redo it. Yeah.
Right. I wish more games would do that.
Yeah.
Because no one likes a game with like a 2-hour tutorial.
Yeah. Like the Red Dead 2 opening, that fucking snowy bit.
Like,
every time I replay it, the snowy bit.
That's what got me with Kingdom Hearts 2, was when you're in, was it Twilight Town or whatever?
With
Roxas.
Oh, yeah, Roxas. That was
and I didn't want to, like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I just want to hit shit with my blunt ass sword. Like, I'm like, but it's just, I don't know, that whole like 2 hours. I got to the first hour. I was actually decided I'm going to go replay. I'm going to replay it. And I got past the first hour and I'm like, I can't do this again. Like, I can't do this. like, you're telling me that you made this whole like collection set and couldn't just give me a skip button?
I know, yeah. But you just gotta have that emotional scene of the ice cream.
Oh my gosh, the ice cream.
That broke me when I played that for the first time. I was like, no,
when they tell you have to like hit the little ball thing in the air over and over, and I'm like, we gotta get money. Okay, cool. How are we gonna do this?
Shit, yeah.
By being like carnival players or whatever. And
Yeah, you had to find like loads of different things to earn enough gold for. Oh, God.
yeah. Please don't ever do that again. Well,
Yeah.
they didn't. I say the Kingdom Hearts 3, they never did. So
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 wasn't. I played it. Obviously, as soon as it came out, I was like, "Fuck yes," but it didn't leave as much of an impact than the first two games because I'm trying to think of what happened in the third one, and I cannot remember.
yeah, I was actually I watched a guy do like just talking about it. It was like a 2-hour thing, and I remember when I finally got Kingdom Hearts 3, I felt so. I was like, okay, finally, I'm gonna finish this off, and I started playing it, and I think it's because the guy who plays, Sora now is like 40s, so his voice doesn't click as well, and I'm just like, I don't like this. Like, there's something, and I couldn't point together. I think it was also the worlds really bothered me. Like, yeah, I get to go to
Yeah,
Hercules, but then I was like, these felt like Disney was like, yeah, you can't use any of our good stuff, but we'll just leave you
the
everything.
crumbs.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think it would have been cool if they would have gotten like Pixar worlds and stuff too. Besides Toy Story,
Yeah.
like I wanted to go to the Incredibles, but I don't think you go to the Incredibles. You go to like Big Hero 6,
You
which
go,
is like
Big Hero 6.
Diet Incredibles. Like get your Incredibles from Wish. Like it's
I
like
wanted a Star Wars world, but
I'd want an Avengers one. Like I
yeah,
want
that'd be
Sora
cool.
to fight alongside Tony Stark. Like I don't need a reason for it. Just make it happen. I mean, the way that they're going, though, I will say the way that they're going. Maybe I'll get my like Sora goes to like Naruto's world or something, and I'll start going fighting anime
That
characters.
would be quite sick.
I just want to see a Sora versus Naruto, so all the fans will
Yeah.
be like, "Who's stronger?"
Yeah, who would win?
But we're looking at like, every time it's Kingdom Hearts, I get off track.
Sorry.
No, it's on me on that one. But
Right,
like
best narrative.
best narrative. I'm actually probably just gonna go with Final Fantasy 16. I think that one's gonna take it.
I would go with Baldur's Gate 3 because no matter how good a game is, there's always at some point, even if it's just a little bit for like one quest, that I get really bored and I don't really care about the story and I just complete the quest. At no point in Baldur's Gate 3 have I ever been bored or tired of the narrative, or I don't just nonchalant about, if the character dies or something. There have been so many heart-wrenching moments where I've actually just been like, ah, ah, at these things happening, or just being scared of like, oh shit, like, of this big twist.
That's fair.
I would say, yeah, best narrative for Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, I would say that makes sense. I know Spider-Man 2 had that a couple times with me, but it was like the more like with Craven the Hunter. There's couple moments with him where I'm just like, oh shit, he's about to go all out. But he's a fantastic villain. I actually would love to see like a award saying just being like best villains, best whatever.
Best villain, yeah.
Yeah. But the best art direction, I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna go for me straight up. This is gonna go to Hi-Fi Rush. Like
Hi-Fi, I don't
Hi-Fi
think
Rush,
I've even seen Hi-Fi Rush.
It dropped on the Xbox.
Oh, that's probably why, because I'm primarily PC.
Yeah, it dropped on the Xbox, kind of out of nowhere.
Oh, that looks cool.
Back in February. It is so fun.
Yeah.
It gives a real feel of like those Saturday morning cartoons where you wake up and like, as I played it, I was like, yeah, I'm just playing a Saturday morning cartoon. That's what I'm doing. And it is great. 100% great.
Yeah, I can see how that has been nominated for Best Art Direction.
Oh, yeah. The other ones are good. I mean, Super Mario Wonder. Well, Super Mario's going to look like a Super Mario game no matter what you do. Legend of Zelda is the best art direction. I don't know about Alan Wake, though. That's a really interesting one. But I'd never played Alan Wake 2, so I've played the first, but I really want to play the second. And although the first was the remastered version was on the PlayStation, they had it for like the free game of the month a couple months ago. Yep. So I was like, okay, cool. And I love Control, which Control is super fun. But yeah, Hi-Fi Rush is going to go to. I never played Liza. I played like 2 seconds of Liza P, and I was like, I'm good.
It's very Soulsborne.
It reminds me of Bloodborne a lot.
Style, yeah.
So I would say
all of these have got good art direction. I don't know about which one would be the best though. I have no idea.
No, I wouldn't either. The same with like when I look at like the score and music, you know. I haven't played much of these. The only ones is just the big one to me is Hi-Fi Rush's play, but that's because it feels like a cartoon.
Yeah.
And makes me happy. Although Final Fantasy 16 being on here, like that's the score, the music for it is just like every time you're in a boss fight, it's just epic. Yeah.
Final Fantasy games have just the best music.
Best music, and I would say like they're I'm gonna skip past this audio design because it's kind of the same thing. Best music and just visually, they're always so good.
Yeah.
Can never go wrong. But also leads into best performance. Though Ben Starr, I know, played Clive in Final Fantasy. I don't know who Neil Newborn played in Bloodborne. I know, like, I didn't get a chance to play Star Wars Jedi Survivor either. Rip. But I liked Fallen Order. I thought it was good. But I haven't got a chance to play Survivor. I'm waiting for it to drop on like the EA Play. I feel like it's gonna do that. Like as soon as I buy it, it will
come on somewhere for free.
And the one big one was Yuri Lowenthal playing Peter. And he plays a fantastic Peter Parker. So Neil Newborn, he played.
Neil Newborn was Astarion in Baldur's Gate 3.
Is that the one with like the white hair?
Yeah, the elf vampire dude. I'm gonna sound like such a fucking simp for Baldur's Gate here, but I again would say Neil Newborn should win that.
Oh, if he did good, he did good. I mean,
he fucking did good. I'm not gonna spoil it, but there is one scene in like the last act of the game where you go through to the end of his quest, and I don't get too moved and emotional about like any TV or game or so. I've got like a fucking cold heart because I just know that it's not real. It just doesn't get me in that way. But his performance just like in that scene just really got to me, and I actually like just really felt for his character.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
this just makes me want to play it even more now.
Yeah,
that's how Yuri Lowenthal was though as Peter when you go through his journey and stuff, and this one especially. And I mean, I've known he's good. I mean, hell, he played Sasuke in Naruto. He's played Ben 10, and I've known him in a bunch of other. Like his voice is really recognizable. But he does knock it out of the park with Peter in this one. And there's like moments in there where I'm like, oh, like I can genuinely feel that. But that's the same with Ben Starr though too in Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
Ben Starr really puts on one hell of a performance, especially because Clive's voice in there is it's deep, it's low, raspy all the time, but you still have to like portray that emotion through it. Voice acting is a whole different monster. Like props to those who can do it, because shit, I know I don't think I could. Like I do the little like TikTok ones, and they're like, "Oh, do you think you could voice act?" No, but I'll do it anyways because I got 20 minutes before my break ends. But it's that one's gonna be a fun one. I think. Like the accessibility, I don't know much about. Like, I kind of just put.
What exactly do they mean about innovation and accessibility?
Probably, I think it's gonna be more ways for people to play.
Okay.
The accessibility features and stuff. I don't pay attention to that myself too much.
No.
Same with like the games for Impact. I don't pay attention to that too much. The only one that I know of is this game because I've been meaning to play it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. It's on PlayStation, and it's like there. I see it on the PlayStation Plus. I'm like, yep, I'll get to it, and then I go play like Hot Shots Golf for the 900th time.
Nothing wrong with a little golf.
No, and I mean, Hot Shots Golf is fun. Like I love it. Best ongoing game. I don't see it. I just look at these and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Fortnite's definitely going to win because it's just the most popular
If
out of all of
Fortnite
those.
doesn't win, Genshin will win.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because Genshin is just anime Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like I know they're different. There's gonna be some person listening to this and being like, "They're actually not," you know, just
typing
like,
in the comments, like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
I'm going to unsubscribe. But I know Genshin. I've played a little bit of it. It's kind of fun. It just wasn't enough to really keep my attention that much. And Fortnite is Fortnite. I mean, like. Yeah. Fortnite is interesting. Apex Legends I don't think it's going to win. It's like a third play.
Didn't that bomb really hard on
It kind of did. Like I don't really hear it much anymore. I don't hear much from it anymore, to be honest. Like
Apex Legends. I'm sure this is the one that just fucking tanked so hard, and I'm surprised that people are still playing it. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. It's got I mean 3.5 stars.
The thing with Apex, I don't know. I think you might be thinking of Overwatch. I know Overwatch bombed really bad.
Oh yeah.
Overwatch 2. It was supposed to be. I was super pumped for it, and then like they were like, "Oh well, we don't have our single player campaign. We're not going to be able to make it in time." And I was like, "This is an ongoing game. What the fuck you mean you ain't gonna be able to make just?" Delay it like Halo Infinite did, and just like I'm not big on delays unless you need them, but you needed it, so they scrapped it, never talked about it, and I was like, yeah, I'm done with this game. I actually stopped playing it.
That's a shame, yeah, because they had such a massive fan base, and then just released a game that was pretty much just like a DLC for the first one.
Killed the first one off too.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you saw some of and then on top of that, some of the skins started getting ridiculous. Like they had the Lilith skin from Diablo, $40. And I was like, yeah, nah, I'm good.
I'd rather spend $40 on beer and just drink myself to death.
If I squint hard enough, I think I can see. I heard that and I was like, there's no reason to spend $40 on a skin. So every time, the thing is like, if I go back to play it, every time I see you have that skin, I'm just gonna be like, no, that's lame. Like that's lame. Don't do that. Like, and then I saw with here like best community support. I don't know much. I know Baldur's Gate 3 is still going strong. No Man's Sky should win because that game. It's fun, actually. Like,
out of best, I mean, I don't really know what they mean by best community support. Do they mean like the actual people that are listening to customers talking about bugs or anything? Because in that sense, I'd then say No Man's Sky because they've had years and years and years of people just
put Skyrim on there and just say, oh, that mod community is still going strong with Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like, I think No Man's Sky I think will win this. Although I think Destiny 2 is still going strong too. That's a really popular one. I kind of fell off the Destiny train a little bit.
Yeah. I think I played the first one a little bit and it just didn't.
It's like
grab my attention enough for me to continue playing.
It's kind of weird because like Halo did, but then I played this and I'm like, it's kind of like Halo. Just a little more. I noticed like this for me, like for me, like it's like colors wise, like it sounds really weird, but like when I look at Halo compared to Destiny looks so boring in terms of its color design and stuff. Halo, at least I know it's like bright green and colors and stuff, and I'm like, maybe it's just my like lizard brain, but like I was like, yeah, this just looks more visually appealing to me, than Destiny does. Like best independent game, oh my gosh, if I love indie games.
Cocoon looked. I haven't played it, but it looks really good.
I just started it.
Yeah, Dave the Diver. I know a lot of my friends have been obsessed with that recently.
Really?
Dredge was good, but just after a couple of hours, it just gets a bit boring. Sea of Stars looked really interesting.
Sea of Stars is
well.
fantastic. I'm not finished, but Sea of Stars is fantastic from what I'm playing.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. But Dave the Diver, I'll definitely have to check out because that sounds interesting. I don't know. When I first saw it, I was like, Dave the Diver. Okay. But yeah, no, I'll definitely check that one. And best debut indie game looks like Cocoon's on there too. So
Pizza Tower. What the fuck?
That just sounds fun though. Like I mean the maker, Tor de Pizza. Like
Tor de Pizza.
Call of Duty Pizza Warfare. Like
Call of Pizza.
Call of Pizza.
I'd play that game.
Call of Pizza, Pepperoni Ops. I would. I don't play mobile games either, but I was like Hello Kitty Island Adventure better win.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right. I was like, I just need this to win. I don't need anything else. Like the best VR.
Best VR.
I
haven't played any.
I haven't either. I miss my VR. Like I had
I've got one.
I had the Meta Quest or whatever, and I would play that. Especially like working out, it was great. I won't play. I have the FNAF, the Help Wanted. I won't play it. I got too scared. I was sitting there like, oh, this is fine. And then, like as I'm sitting there, like the longer I'm there, I'm like, I'm getting really unnerved. Like, like I'm not liking this. But yeah, best VR game. I don't know. I haven't played any of them, but I want to.
I haven't played any of those either.
The Call of the Mountain I want to just because it's Horizon. And I like Horizon series. Like I think it's actually pretty good. But
Resident Evil Village VR mode. I might play Resident Evil Village. I didn't realise there was a VR mode of that.
I could only imagine the VR mode for Resident Evil.
It'd be fun.
Oh, definitely. Oh, I know,
like stuff like that.
Resident Evil. I know 7 had the VR mode too.
Yeah.
I won't even play the base mode. I ain't playing that VR mode.
That was amazing.
Oh no!
I really loved that.
You played it?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely not.
It's so good.
I'm straight up chicken shit when it comes to stuff like that. But
I love horror games.
Like best action game. I don't know. I played Ghost Runner 1. I've played Remnant 1. If they're playing the same, then I'm not going. I mean, whatever.
I haven't played any of those.
Hi-Fi Rush is the only one like I played, and I wanted to play Armored Core. I haven't gotten there. When I saw it was from Software, I was like, these guys can make anything. Like,
yeah.
like it's crazy. I know. Like I said, Hi-Fi Rush is really what I loved about it was the fact that everything moves with rhythm. So like if you are hitting if you're hitting the attacks to the beat of whatever, and like even the world around you is bouncing to that same beat. Yeah. So like as long as you're doing it to the beat, boom, 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 like your attacks will get stronger. You can if you use the beat with combos, they get more powerful.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, like that's the reason why like I think I got so into it, and I'm like, it's one of those games where I'm like, I don't want it to end. Because it's just cool that way.
Yeah.
Now the action adventure one is interesting. I think Spider-Man's going to win it.
I think for that category, yes.
Just all of these are good too. Like all of these are good.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of fun with it.
I definitely think Spider-Man will, because it's a bit more. It's good. It's a bit more fluid between the action and the adventure. Alan Wake 2 is, more of a kind of like a story to it. You can't just, jump into somewhere and then have a fight with someone. Legend of Zelda, again, I wouldn't think that would really win that category.
It would. I think it could. I think out of all, it'll come down to. But like when I see Resident Evil 4 in there too, like it's just that one's a really difficult category to place.
Yeah.
Like I loved Marvel Spider-Man 2 though. I thought it was It was really good. I had a lot of fun with it. Like, I thought it was just fantastic game. I mean, it's just, I'm trying to avoid using amazing or like spectacular.
It was amazing.
But Baldur's Gate 3, this is actually really interesting. Oh, there's Starfield. Like the.
What are you doing there, Starfield? Get off of there. Naughty Starfield.
Right? Don't you got like a most disappointing games list to make? Like, well, the one thing that actually surprised me the most about this was Final Fantasy 16 was on there because of it had problems. Oh, that's a problem.
Oh no.
Because for some reason, the Final Fantasy 16, despite the fact that it is, and I know they're technically all of them are technically RPGs, it doesn't feel like one. Like, there's very little in terms of actual customization to your stuff. You can level up your base attack stuff, but that's really about it.
That's a shame, because that's always what Final Fantasy has always been about.
Like, it has a little bit more, because I feel like I can't change my outfits the ones I want to wear. I can't change, like, even like my party. I don't have any command over my party, which kind of bums me out.
Oh,
because I think if they also did a mode where you could play it as like a cross between either like an action or just a turn-based, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But you could tell they were very focused on making it very action-heavy, kind of like 15.
Yeah.
But with just, it's such bare bones. I would consider it more of an action-adventure than an actual RPG.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's kind of why I stopped playing Final Fantasies after 12 as well, because I liked the turn-based style.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
And then they started going a bit more into, as you said, like the action adventure.
Yeah, like that's why I think that's why I started picking up. After that, I picked up Persona, and
yeah,
that is I love Persona 5. Persona 5 Royal are my favorites, and really excited for 3 that's coming out pretty soon, or the Reloaded.
Something I've never gotten into, but again, I have so many friends that are just obsessed with it.
Oh, I love Persona. It was one of those where I was like, I picked it up because it was like $20, and then just got completely sucked in, and I was like, but I think I've clocked in between all of my playthroughs, because I've played the original and I've also played Royal. Don't ever go play the original, because Royal's just better.
Oh, okay.
It's just like the updated version, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I would just say I probably clocked in damn near over. I think my last playthrough was like 168 hours.
Nice.
It's fun. Fighting games. I never got a chance to play any of these fighting games, which kind of bummed me. I love fighting games. I do. I still go play like Soul Calibur 6 all the time, and
Soul Calibur,
and
nice,
yeah, and Smash Bros. I don't count Smash Bros. As in a fighting game, but it's close enough.
My jam was always Tekken 3.
Tekken Tag Tournament. That was
and Tekken Tag, yeah.
Well, now that like Tekken, I was playing my friend Tekken 7, and he was really going into how
up to 7.
Yeah, they have an 8's coming out next year. Yeah, they were like, he's like, oh, I'm good with Tekken 7. I'm like, okay, cool, and I just shredded him, and I was like, I mean, I don't want to be that guy, like, but yeah.
My friend made an arcade machine for his house, just, as you do.
Oh, yeah.
But he got like an emulator on there to play loads of old console games, as well as arcade games. But oh, hello, cat. But he got Tekken 3 on there, and we were all having a party, and I saw that it was there, and someone said, "Okay, play with me." And every time someone loses, you have to take a shot. And all of my powers from my childhood of Tekken 3 just came back, and I just iced them. And then everyone was just like, all right, I'll play her. And I didn't lose one fight.
That's awesome. See, no, if I would have done that, because I just played a match. I played Smash Bros. With another streamer yesterday.
Yeah.
And this was worse than the last time. Like it took me she's really, really good. And it took me 9 rounds before I finally won one. So if I was playing with like the rules you guys had set up, I'd be done.
Yeah.
Like I'd be out cold. Like my fiance would have walked right in and been like, "You okay?" And I'd just be like, just I'm trash. Like just crying. But like
I got super smashed.
Like, but like I saw that like Mortal Kombat 1 was on here and then Street Fighter 6, which was interesting because like I've been paying attention to both those games. I want to get both of them eventually. And I love the whole design and stuff for Street Fighter 6. Like I love the way that they did it with the colors and how like the almost like this water paint kind of way when like you kick and like there's like splashes of color and stuff. And then I was watching Mortal Kombat 1 and I was like, this is boring. like I love Mortal Kombat, don't get me wrong. Johnny Cage is like my favorite character. But Mortal Kombat 1, I mean, was just not as appealing to me as 6.
Is it Mortal Kombat 1 as in they're like remaking the first?
Yeah,
or?
as far as I know, is that after Mortal Kombat 11, like Liu Kang basically like it's like a sequel reboot. He goes to like a different universe and tries to make one full of peacefulness and stuff, but you know, he screws up again. Like so it's interesting. Like I mean, don't get me wrong, like I love Mortal Kombat. I think it's just great. It's a legendary franchise. Yeah. Well, same with Street Fighter, but I've just watching Street Fighter and I'm like, I don't know how this loses. Like, I don't know how this loses. This just looks so cool, you know? But it's kind of like best family game. I've never played any of them, but Super Mario Bros. Is on there, so fuck it. like,
yeah, I haven't played any of those. I'd say probably Mario Bros. Would win.
The only sim strategy game that I played on this was that's the wrong one. Was Fire Emblem. And that was my first ever Fire Emblem game, and it's kind of I have a lot to say about it.
Oh, Fire Emblem. Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean,
yeah, that one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it came out back in like January, and I was working at GameStop at the time, and just seeing the trailer over and over, and I wanted it, and I finally picked it up, and I played it, and I've played it, cranked out a good amount into it, and I was like, I feel like I'm either playing this wrong or this isn't as exciting as I thought it was going to be. like it's okay, you know. Best sports racing game. I would never put an EA Sports on any of these. Like I think they pay their way in. Best multiplayer, presented by Discord. Like
what do they mean? Oh, as in that thing, that section's going to be presented by Discord?
Probably. But if it's best multiplayer, I was surprised the most to see there's no shooters on there.
Yeah.
Like that blew my mind. Though I've heard Call of Duty was very, very mixed, but
oh yeah. But Modern Warfare 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I saw that and I was like, I don't know. It seems alright. Like Diablo 4, I had a friend of mine who's just super engrossed in Diablo.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 6, I'm fine with. Baldur's Gate, I didn't even know that was multiplayer.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be fun then.
Yeah, the multiplayer is great. Like,
I'll have to definitely try that. I'm gonna have to definitely try it. But I'm hoping that I'm just gonna ask for Christmas or something. I'll be like, like
get it.
Like, what do you want for Christmas? Give me Baldur's Gate. I'll be satisfied for like a year.
Yeah, I'm still playing it. I think I've got 180 hours into it.
Damn.
And I still haven't completed my first run.
That's great. And the last one I had was the most anticipated game. Now,
Tekken 8's pretty anticipated.
Yeah.
Hades 2 is very anticipated because Hades 1 was awesome.
Do you see that? I saw that in Tekken 8. Like, what did they? I think they said that Heihachi's dead now.
Yeah.
So like they have his daughter coming in, and I was like, where the fuck have you been? Like,
yeah.
like,
I love the story of Tekken because it's just so unnecessarily over the top.
oh, it's kind of like I know in like WWE, a lot of it's run by like family because like someone like The Rock is related to like a lot of people, and that's what Tekken feels like.
Yeah.
Like it all started with this douche with a mustache, and then it goes on from there. Like it's I don't know.
Who was Heihachi's son? Was it Jin?
Kazuya.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Kazuya, which they put in Smash Bros, and I thought that was funny. He just doesn't like. I thought that Snake didn't fit, and then Heihachi's like,
that was really odd.
Yeah, but I think honestly, for me, it's Star Wars Outlaws. Like, I am interested in it. I think Ubisoft can do a good job with it. Like they've been saying that like every world's supposed to be really big. Yeah.
Ubisoft do a good job with a game.
This is a maker. This is to me, I think, and probably for a lot of people, I think there's a lot of big make or break.
Yeah.
Because like,
please Ubisoft, don't shaft us.
Well,
again.
They have that new character, and she seems pretty all right. I don't really care too much. Like I just want to see. I want to see if the worlds are that big. I want to be able to just hop on a speeder bike whenever. I think it's going to be very Far Cry-like. I'm not a fan of the way that Far Cry went with like the whole like if you shoot an enemy and then numbers come out, kind of gameplay where you're constantly like leveling up and stuff. I find that all right, but like Borderlands does it great. I love Borderlands. Borderlands is one of my favorite franchises of all time. But I don't want to see that in the Star Wars Outlaws. Like I just want to see. I just want to see a good game. I shouldn't be that like. I don't want to say like cautious. You know what I mean? Like cautiously optimistic about a franchise that I actually really really love from a company that's been hyper inconsistent for years now.
I think it's good to be a bit cautious these days after just all of the shocking games that have come out from AAA studios. It's okay to just be a bit apprehensive and not get your hopes up a bit too much.
Oh, absolutely. No, I agree. Like I try not to. I think one of them that's not on the list, but I think it should be on the list, and that's the Wonder Woman game coming up.
Oh.
Like that one looks like they haven't really shown much of it. The only thing that they've said is at first a developer, I don't know, a developer or whatever, said that it was going to be a live service game, and I was like, why would you do that? But then Warner Brothers came out and was like, we were absolutely not doing that.
Oh yeah, I've just seen an article saying, we won't do that.
No, but they are using the Nemesis system from the Shadows of Mordor. So that whole like level up, whatever. If you like an enemy beats you or whatever, they level up and get stronger.
That,
and so they're using it for Wonder Woman, and I'm like, that sounds cool. Like that.
That does sound quite interesting.
Yeah, like Wonder Woman is one of those. It sounds like from everything I've heard, at least, it sounds like it's taking place on Themyscira. And I'm like, that's fine. Yeah, show me Themyscira. Like I'm excited to see what this is gonna be because I'm not gonna lie, like DC, in terms of DC, like needs a video game that's gonna bang it out there that's not named Batman. I mean, so it's that one I'm excited for. I think it'll probably end up getting pushed back, but I'm fine with that. Like I don't care too much about delays. I don't want to say like I hate them. I don't hate them, but I don't care too much about them as long as they're put to good use.
Yeah. I'd rather the game be delayed for a year than come out a steaming pile of shit.
Well, in all honesty, people are going to forget about the game until like a couple months till it anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, The Legend of Zelda they're used to delaying games. Like, so it's going to be, I don't know, 2024, at least from the little bits I've seen from games, are going to be very interesting. Like, I'm excited. Like I said, Tekken 8's one that I'm really excited. Please give me character customization.
Yeah.
Like, That's the one thing I will say with Soul Calibers. I love their character customization. I have fun, especially like, I can just put a horse mask on and fight. Okay.
I want there to be character customization like they have in the WWE games where you can make these abominations and when you play the career mode, just have them in the cutscene.
They need to though. Like I
want them to do that.
Well, like I was playing this game called Wild Hearts, and it came out. I think it came out this year. Not really big fan.
That.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, and I love it because like you know they have character customization, and I love just creating just ridiculous looking characters. Like it doesn't have to make sense to me. Your face can look smashed in on one side, like you know. But they do have a pretty decent character customization, and I think Tekken should have that. Like,
yeah,
I want don't give me just a little like I can get a hat, I can put a hat on my character. No. Give me a full ass like I said, Soul Calibur's been doing this since like 2006. Y'all will be just fine giving me. I don't know. I just want to be able to make Jin, but black, so I can call him Afro Jin. Like, but that would I don't know. That was those are the only ones like on this list because the last ones on the list here are like content creator of the year.
I have no idea who any of those people
are. Why isn't that going to us? Like, I mean, like, do I have to like put my name in? I'll be like that kid from last year, and just walk up and announce myself. But like esports game, I don't really watch esports, but you know what? We're gonna go with we'll go with Counter-Strike 2. I'll just put that on.
It's Counter-Strike is always top of those
best
kind of
esport athlete.
Can you call them athletes?
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, there's a part of me. I mean, if you can, do they call like chess players athletes? Because if they do that, then yeah, esport athletes. Yeah, but if they don't call them, that bothers me. I don't know. That's an unsubscribe. Best esports team. I don't know any of these guys. Like team, I guess I've heard of Team Vitality. I feel like. Best esports coach. They have coaches. Like, I mean, they probably
earn a lot of money.
Oh, absolutely! You can only imagine the amount of money they come in if they just win. Let alone, just thinking about it blows my mind.
Like, how do you even get that job?
Yeah, right. Like, I just started streaming and I was doing really well. Like, and that's the thing. It's kind of like whenever I watch like the fighting, like I will watch like I've seen Evo, like I've watched Evo a little bit, and like watching those people on like the super high levels playing, and I'm like, holy shit. Like there was a guy I was watching, he was doing Mortal Kombat, and he was showing, he's like, yeah, this combo is actually really easy, and they show on the sidebar of all the moves
he's just like
inputting, and I'm like, I don't think I have the function in my hands for this. Like I find one move and I just spam it till you die.
I used to watch a couple of StarCraft matches between people, and their fingers are just like all over the keyboard. Like, what is happening?
Well, it's like if you ever watched the League of Legends, and I'm like, my brother likes watching it, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, all I'm watching is them like walk up a bit, and then they run away, and then they run close, and then they run away, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't want to be one of those guys that, this is layman's terms of like watching it, but kind of is. So,
yeah.
But those are the
What other esport? I what was it called? Oh, Heroes of the Storm. There was like a esports thing of that or something. I watched that a bit.
I would rather, honestly, I'd rather watch like a Magic the Gathering tournament. Like, I love watching like Magic. I'm a card player too. Like, I love watching Magic. I've watched Yu-Gi-Oh!
They could get quite epic.
Oh yeah, you're just sitting there, and I'm like, dude, I am not. Like, I just realized like I am not in tune with this. Like,
what about like a Pokemon?
Oh my gosh!
But Pokemon cards.
Have you ever seen those competitive Pokemon? Like, I was watching, my friend, one of my friends has been sitting here, he's like, dude, you gotta play Pokemon competitively. And I'm like, I don't want to. Like, I was like, I'm very much fine with
you
just
scare me.
right, just running around, catching them, and fucking off. Like,
Yeah.
and so he was like, but it's so intense or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I have one method of winning, and that's just continuously like using tackle until they die. Like, you know. But I've watched a bit of the competitiveness, and you know, they all have like, because it's like instead of the card, it's like the actual like a Switch, right? Like the Violet and Scarlet and stuff. And I'm just sitting there like, I don't understand like how you guys think. Like, you guys are playing 4D chess here,
Yeah.
and I'm still picking up cards. Like, and it was cool. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't enough to like my super competitive days. I think are kind of past me. Because I've
never been competitive.
Oh, really? I used to do Smash Bros competitively. Not like on like a
okay.
very like a local level, but it was pretty fun. And I entered into the first tournament, my first actual big tournament, and I just got shreked. Like it was like
playing with the big boys.
Yeah,
now.
It was horrible. One of the like, and so I quit for a long time, and then like I started the last couple weeks. I've been playing with my friend or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I took a dip in quality here. Like I did go do one tournament. We had an anime convention about 2 hours from here, and I was like, sure, why not? I'll go stop up there. And they had a Smash Bros tournament, and I was like, fine, I'll play through. And I won. I felt good about myself.
Nice.
And then when I played her right away, I was like, oh, maybe they were going easy on me. Like, like, so it was quite embarrassing, but it was, you know, I love the competitive scene.
So bad at Smash Bros. No matter how much I try,
I want to take it into like, you know, one of the actual fighting games. I want to take it into either Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter 6. I heard Street Fighter 6 is the most. I've noticed that they're kind of becoming a little more easier for people to get in through.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with. I think that's good. I think especially for fighting games, I think there's a certain level where you should do that.
What is God of Rock?
I've never heard of it. Actually, I wanted to look up Pocket Bravery too, but I've never.
God of Rock. It hasn't got very good reviews.
Oh.
55% PC Gamer, 6 out of 10 Steam.
Yeah. Hardcore Gamer gave Pocket Bravery like a 3.5 out of 5.
Oh, it's like a Guitar Hero kind of thing.
Oh.
Right.
God of Rock.
But you like fight each other with the moves that come across on the screen that you have to do like button combos or something.
Sounds kind of cool, actually.
It is kind of cool, but it doesn't have very good reviews, so.
Well, I'll have to definitely. I don't know. Maybe if it jumps on like an Xbox or something, maybe I'll. Oh, on PlayStation. If it jumps on the PlayStation Plus, I'm definitely gonna check it out. I might do. Oh, that looks kind of cool. That actually does look really cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you see that Guitar Hero might be coming back too?
I fucking loved Guitar Hero. I was so good at that.
I wasn't, but I had a lot of fun playing it. You know?
Yeah.
And it's gonna be one of those where I think if it comes out, drop it like every 4 to 5 years. You know?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. I want DJ Hero to come back too.
I loved that as well.
But it's funny because I'm actually a really big Dancers Revolution person.
I used to play that as well. We had one that you could plug into your PlayStation at home.
I keep them even though they don't really work that well. It's just the fact of like I just want them. So like one day I'll get, like I'm gonna buy a house and then just place a separate room just full of gaming stuff.
That would be so sick.
I'm actually picking up a PlayStation 1. I just had someone who was selling me a PlayStation 1 for like $40.
Yeah.
I'm like, here, can't say no. And then we're getting a Switch or a Wii as well.
If you're gonna buy a PS1, you should buy a PS2 because then you can play your PS2 games as well as your PS1
Oh
games.
yeah, I already got one.
Okay.
I had to
Fair enough.
beg my parents for it because I'm like, you're not gonna use this, and they're like, well, what if you sell it? I'm like, what does it matter? You don't touch it. Like
I still play PS2 games.
they brought in like I'm a big Ratchet and Clank fan.
Yeah. Same.
And so that's the only reason I will play. Mainly is because of that. But I really wanted the PS2 so badly, one of the old fat ones, and now I want the PlayStation 1 just to have just to say I have it.
Yeah.
Because I already got a GameCube. I picked up a GameCube for like $70. This guy was like, "Oh, I don't want it," and I was like, "Okay."
No, I'll take that off your hands.
Right? So I want to have like this area and just show like a bunch of the old consoles and stuff. I don't know if I'll be able to find like a Virtual Boy. Because that might be a little tough.
Yeah.
But
at my mum's house, we still have our Mega Drive, which I think is called the Genesis in US, right?
Yeah.
Then we still have our Master System, which was before that.
Yep.
We've got Commodore 64 still.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Like
what else do we have? I think we've got a GameCube and a Wii still at home as well.
Yeah,
I've brought my PlayStation 1 games, PlayStation 2 games, my Xbox games as well.
Oh, like I feel bad because like I sold my Xbox 360, and then I kind of wish I didn't because then I just have that there as well. But
yeah,
eventually,
I still load up Halo 3 every now and again.
My fiance is not a gamer at all, so she's like, "Well, if you have these, they're gonna be in this separate room, blah blah blah." And I was like, "I mean, I don't care. Like that's the point." Like,
yeah.
when we get a place, I'm going to take the whole basement. I'm going to get that all decked out. I'm going to look super great. And I'm like, and she's like, well, what if we have guests? I'm like, well, guess who's not going downstairs?
Well, then they can play with us.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm like, either you're going to have like a big rule on the wall, on the door, like, do not touch.
Yeah.
But
sorry, there is another cat.
Oh, there's another cat.
This one is Izzy. I've got 2 black cats because I'm weird.
No, that's fair. Like, oh,
hey.
That's awesome. But yeah, that's all I really have for this episode here. Do you want to shout out a bit of your?
Sorry.
No, you're all good. You want to shout out a bit of your like your socials and stuff?
No, we don't need to. We're on hiatus at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Lifing.
Oh, I feel that. Like yeah, I definitely do.
So it kind of sucks, but at least I have more time to do other things, I guess.
No, that makes sense. Like it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. But alrighty, for everyone else, be sure to check me out on my YouTubes and all that other good stuff. It's AfrofishOG no matter where you go. So with all that being said, I'm Taylor from AfrofishOG, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
Okay.